After a challenging day one, the last thing the riders needed ahead of day two was more rain, but that's exactly what they got. Rain through the night was followed by a brief downpour 20 minutes prior to the start of the second day, which meant conditions would once again prove to be unpredictable. The route for day two then, a repeat of day one, so 2 laps of 125 kilometres from the province of Pontevedra up to the province of Coruña, where the Enduro and cross test awaits, before heading back towards the paddock to cross test 3 and 6 at the end of the day. Some minor changes were made overnight to the first two specials in order to make some parts more passable. In the World Trophy category, at the start of day two, France held a comfortable 2-minute advantage over the USA. If you can call a 2-minute advantage in the 6 days comfortable, that is. And the French got off to another good start as Léo Leclerc put himself in the mix right from the off. The 22 sat third on the day after the first two special tests behind the two pace setters Steve Holcomb and Joseph Garcia, and would eventually finish in 7th as his teammate Theo Espinas took 4th. The USA began the day in 2nd, and the goal for them was to try and keep the French in their sights. Dante Oliveira and Josh Toth were the first to get their heads down and push on, but with Cody Barnes in 29th and Johnny Guar 45th before the halfway stage, the Americans were in danger of losing 2nd overall to Spain. Oliveira eventually placed 18th on the day, with the best of his teammates, Toth, placing 12th. The USA are still in the hunt though, but have lost ground in the overall classification.
Day was decent. It started off good and then struggled in test 2 and 3, and then really struggled just a full second loop. I was just a little bit tired out there, but had some fun on the bike. Hopefully we get new terrain tomorrow, so I'm going to go and attack that and see what I can do.
As for Spain, overall leader Joseph Garcia took 2nd in the first two special tests behind Steve Holcomb and lost a few seconds to the Brit in the process. Garcia bounced back with victory in the next two specials though, but a fall in the final stage cost him 2.2 seconds and the overall win for the day. But Spain have gained ground in the overall classification. With Team Great Britain down to just 3 men after day one, Steve Holcomb is now free to chase individual overall honours, and after going quickest in the first two tests today, the Brit clawed a few seconds back on Garcia. The Spaniard was too eager to increase his advantage though, and lost time in the final cross test of the day after a fall, leaving Holcomb to end the day as the overall winner by 2.2 seconds. One rider who has stood out so far in this 6 days is Belgium's Antoine Magin, who was 15th overall after day one, and with some more consistent riding on day two, the 180 found himself circulating in 9th overall for the day after the first 4 stages. But the Sherco rider then improved to 5th at the end of the day and even posted the 5th fastest time in the final cross test of the day. The overall classification then in World Trophy after day two, France continues to lead and have extended their lead from 2 minutes to 4 minutes 14 seconds over Spain, who have now moved up to 2nd. The USA have slipped to 3rd and are almost 5 minutes off the leaders, France. In the Junior Trophy, after yesterday's action, the lead Junior Trophy rider in the overall classification was Max Arlin of Sweden, who came into day two with a 14-second cushion over France. Arlin set the 3rd fastest time in cross stage 2 and was clearly up for the fight again today. He had great support from his two teammates Albin Norbin and Axel Sem, who were very well placed by stage 3. By the end of the day, Sweden had extended their advantage to 1 minute 30 seconds over France.
Yeah, for the team I think was really good. I think we managed to make a bigger step down to the French guys. And for myself, I rode actually really a lot better today than yesterday. So I'm pretty pumped for tomorrow.
France was doing all they could to keep the Swedes honest with all 3 riders inside the top 10 early on, as Antoine Alex, Thibaut Giraudon and Léo Joyon continued to apply the pressure. In the end though, Les Bleus lost time, but with a new stage for day 3, who knows what a difference a day could make. Grant Davis of Team USA got off to a flying start on day 2 as he set the pace for the Americans, but with Australia just 50 seconds adrift after day 1, team personnel on both sides were keeping a close eye on the overall standings. In the end, Davis was solid for the USA, posting 9th overall from all categories, including being the best placed American on the day. Overall, it was a good day at the office as Sweden extend their advantage over France as the USA remain in third. In the women's category, Team USA women are in the driving seat heading into day 2, and with Brandy Richards picking up from where she left off yesterday, the Americans were looking to gain more ground on Australia. And they did exactly that, as they ended the day almost 3.5 minutes clear of the Aussies.
Pretty good. I enjoyed the rain. I think the rain made the course a lot better. I did some suspension adjustments. Overall, I was much happier and more comfortable today. I was having more fun, and usually the more fun I have, the better I ride.
There was a moment early on in the day where it looked like Australia were closing in on Team USA, as all 3 riders, Jessica Gardner, Taylor Jones and Danielle McDonald, placed themselves between Richards and her 2 American teammates. But by the end of the final cross test, the Aussies would have felt this was an opportunity lost. Third place Sweden also had a consistent day, with Hedvig Malm leading the charge. Remember, in order to finish first you have to finish, and to do that you need to be consistent. Sweden will no doubt be pleased with their showing so far. Their consistency has been on point, and after day 2 they continue to hang on to that bronze medal position. One rider who has stood out in the women's trophy is New Zealand's Rachel Archer, who is riding her first NOCO 6 days here in Galicia. It's also New Zealand's first appearance in the Women's World Trophy. The Kiwi, who is a 3-time WXC GNCC national champion in the States, seems to have shaken off those pre-race nerves and is settling in nicely. And with a couple of cross-test wins under her belt already, Archer could be a challenger for the overall individual class win. There is no change in the top 5 in the Women's World Trophy, but the USA have a bit more clear air between them and their closest rivals as we head into day 3.